Hello and welcome to the Astro Vegan Cafe. Today I'm making one ingredient lentil tortillas, and I imagine that you can guess that the one ingredient is lentils. And so I'm going to get them going and talk a little bit more about it while they're cooking. But basically you start with 1 part lentils to 2 parts water. So here I've got 1/4 cup of split red lentils and 1/2 cup of water. And what I've been letting them do is soak, and you need to let them soak for about 3 hours. So of course when I put the lentils in there, they only fill the jar about halfway. But then as they absorb the water, they fill it up more. So 1 part lentils to 2 parts water, and once again that was 1/4 cup of lentils and 1/2 cup of water. And you can double it, triple it, whatever you want. And I've also got my pan, my nonstick pan preheating, and I'm using a scan pan, so you could use any nonstick pan you want. Okay, so then the next thing you want to do is blend this thoroughly. And make sure your lid's getting tight. Okie dokie, so we've got that blended. I've probably blended it for about 1.5 minutes. And what you'll see is it's about the thickness somewhere between melted ice cream and pancake batter. And then once your pan is hot, and you know your pan is hot, when you sprinkle cold water on it, and the water droplets kind of dance around a little bit, or at least get really feisty. And that is hot enough. And then you take about 4 or 5, this is just a teaspoon, 4 or 5 teaspoonfuls of the batter. And I just pile it right in the middle of the pan. And then just smooth it out into a circle about the size of a corn tortilla. And you can probably make in different shapes if you prefer. And then once you've done that, set your timer for 2 minutes. And what we're going to do is we're going to cook it for 1 minute and 30 seconds on the first side, and then 30 seconds on the second side. So once again, what you do is you start with, and I'm just going to give you the amount I've used, is 1/4 cup of split red lentils, 1/2 cup of water, so it's 1 part lentils to 2 parts water. Let it soak for at least 3 hours. Blend it really, really well, and you don't drain the water out, you just keep all the water in there. You drain it really, really well. Then making these just about the size of a corn tortilla in the pan, so that's about 4 or 5 teaspoons of it. Smooth into a circle. Then after you've got it smooth, you set your timer for 2 minutes and let it cook for the first 1 minute and 30 seconds, and then we'll flip it over. And you're going to look at it and you're going to say, oh gosh, should I check it out? Should I flip it yet? Should I flip it yet? Just don't. Just wait the whole 1 minute and 30 seconds and then flip it over. Because you can see it's starting to look like, you want to do something with it. People have asked, can I use green lentils? I've made them with green lentils, and it works with green lentils too. I think it works a little bit better with the red ones because they're a little fluffier because they don't have the hulls, I guess. But the green lentil ones made with green lentils were great also. I imagine that you can season the batter if you wanted to. I think the actual original recipe does use salt and pepper, but I just don't put any in. I imagine you could put other seasonings in the batter as well if you would like to. And let's see, we're right at 30 seconds. So now I'm just going to flip this over. Just kind of easing it up around the sides, all around the edges. And then flipping it over, and you can see it's a nice golden brown. So even though you're kind of looking at it and think, oh, I want to flip it, you can see it's not overdone at all. So this one's done in about 15 seconds, and I'll put another one on. And what I fill mine with is, take it off, I mix greens, about 4 ounces of greens, and I use frozen ones, so I just let them thaw out, and I mix 4 ounces of those with like 2 tablespoons of peanut butter powder. And the water from the frozen greens, even though you don't see any water in there, there's still just liquid in there. You don't need to use any water with the peanut butter powder. The greens basically do it. Maybe add a teaspoon if it seems it needs some. And then I use a little bit of diced onion, and that's all I do with mine, and they're just delicious. But you could use anything you wanted to. You could fill them with roasted carrots and then use, mustard and ketchup and onions or whatever you want to do. You could make them sweet and fill them with, maybe bananas and lemon or berries. You could actually just do peanut butter and jelly, anything you like. So anyway, this one, I'm going to let it cook for 1 minute and 30 seconds on this side, flip it over, do the other 30 seconds. This will make about 3 of these. You can see they're a really nice texture. They're super pliable. You can roll them up. They're sturdy. They're not fragile. See, not fragile. So you can really do anything you want with them. They work great. So go ahead and make some. They're fabulous. You'll be glad you did. They're really delicious. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.